What's happening in the world of politics and conflict? Donald Trump has finally labeled Russia the aggressor in the war against Ukraine, a significant shift in his stance that has reporters buzzing. We'll break down what this means and the context behind this monumental declaration. Next up, a battle for science itself. Experts fired by the Trump administration are reviving a popular climate website, launching an independent successor to combat a war against science. We've got the inside scoop on how they're fighting back to ensure access to critical climate information. Shifting gears to economics, we're looking at Trump's tariffs versus his tax cuts. Are tariffs actually costing Americans more than they're saving? We'll dissect the numbers and reveal who's really benefiting from these sweeping economic policies. And finally, a horrific crime has rocked a community, with Donald Trump vowing tough action after the beheading of an Indian motel manager, allegedly by an undocumented immigrant. We'll cover the details and Trump's strong reaction. Stick around for all these stories and more, and make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell turned on. Trump finally calls Russia the aggressor in war on Ukraine. Did Donald Trump just make a major policy U-turn on the Ukraine conflict? In a significant development, U.S. President Donald Trump has finally identified Russia as the aggressor in the ongoing war against Ukraine. This declaration marks a notable hardening of his stance toward Moscow, a shift that has captured the attention of global observers. Speaking to reporters on Sunday, Trump highlighted the heavy casualties on both sides, stating, 8,000 soldiers have died this week from both countries. Some more from Russia, but when you're the aggressor, you lose more. This statement comes after a period where Trump had previously refrained from condemning Moscow's invasion, with his administration even siding with Russia and North Korea in rejecting a UN motion that supported Ukraine's territorial integrity. He had previously blamed Ukraine for initiating the conflict. The international community and political analysts are closely watching this development for potential implications on U.S. foreign policy and the ongoing conflict in Eastern Europe. The public reaction has been a mix of surprise and anticipation for further clarification. Don't go anywhere, we're just getting started with the biggest stories. Next, we're diving into a surprising fight for scientific truth. Experts fired by Trump revive popular climate website. A fight for science is brewing as former Trump administration experts launch a new climate website. After the Trump administration's funding cuts led to the closure of the widely used climate.gov website, an independent successor has now been launched. This new initiative, driven by experts who were dismissed, aims to combat what they see as a war against science by providing accessible and reliable climate information. During his term, President Trump, a known climate science skeptic, had promised to slash funding for renewable energies and promote fossil fuels. His administration also significantly reduced the staff and resources of agencies like the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, impacting critical climate data platforms. The climate.gov website, which had millions of page views, was particularly affected, with its management and staff being dismissed. Rebecca Lindsay, the former manager of climate.gov, explained that the project was likely targeted due to its high visibility, and that much of its content, especially that related to diversity, equity, and inclusion in science, was removed or altered. The new website, Climate.us, is designed to be free from political interference and plans to restore censored content while continuously updating with the latest climate data. This revival is seen by many as a crucial step in ensuring the public has access to factual climate information amidst growing concerns about misinformation and political influence. Experts warn that restricting climate data visibility hinders preparedness for extreme weather events. But the economic story is just as dramatic. Next, we'll break down the real impact of Trump's tariffs versus his tax cuts. Trump's tariffs are bigger than his tax cuts for most Americans. Are you paying more because of tariffs than you're saving from tax cuts? While Republicans and President Donald Trump have touted his tax cuts as the largest tax cut in the history of our country, a closer look at his tariff policy reveals a different story for most Americans. Democrats and free trade advocates argue that Trump's tariffs, which impose levies on most imported goods, represent one of the largest tax hikes in history. According to calculations by the Yale Budget Lab, American households could end up paying an average of $2,300 more annually due to tariffs, nearly 3 times the average $800 benefit from the tax cuts. This analysis suggests that for the majority of households, the total tax increase from tariffs outweighs the total tax cut from the new provisions. Complicating factors include the delayed impact of tariffs and the massive, decentralized nature of the U.S. economy. While the tax bill made permanent some individual tax cuts and offered temporary relief for certain groups, it also included cuts to the social safety net, potentially pushing hundreds of thousands into poverty. The impact of tariffs is also disproportionately felt by lower-income consumers, who spend a larger share of their income on goods. This economic disparity has sparked significant debate, with many questioning the long-term fairness and stability of the fiscal system. The differing impacts on various income brackets highlight a growing concern about economic inequality. And we're not done yet with the shocking headlines. Coming up, a brutal crime brings immigration policy into sharp focus. Trump vows tough action after beheading of Indian motel manager. An alleged undocumented immigrants crime triggers a strong response from President Trump. President Donald Trump has issued a strong condemnation following the beheading of an Indian-origin hotel manager in Dallas, allegedly at the hands of a Cuban undocumented immigrant. Trump declared on his Truth Social platform, "The time for being soft on these illegal immigrant criminals is over under my watch." The victim, Chandra Muli Nagamalaya, was reportedly attacked with a machete by his coworker, Yordanis Cobos Martinez, in front of his family. The accused faces charges of murder. Trump also criticized the Biden administration, stating that Cobos Martinez had been previously arrested for multiple crimes, but was released due to Cuba's refusal to accept his return. According to the Department of Homeland Security, Cobos Martinez is an undocumented immigrant with a final order of removal. The incident has reignited the debate surrounding immigration enforcement and border security, with Trump reiterating his commitment to tougher measures against undocumented migrants. The tragic event and Trump's forceful reaction have intensified public discussion on immigration policy and national security. The fundraising efforts to support the victim's family have seen an outpouring of generosity. That's all for today's rapid-fire news. Stay tuned for our lightning round recap and full call to action. And that's a wrap on today's top stories. We saw Donald Trump label Russia the aggressor in Ukraine, experts revive a crucial climate website after Trump administration cuts, a deep dive into how Trump's tariffs might be costing Americans more than his tax cuts, and Trump vowing tough action after a shocking beheading. What did you think of these stories? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative, subscribe to FlickPop for more breaking news and analysis, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms for more exclusive content. Thanks for watching FlickPop.